first carry now. This is Johnson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And his throw here's incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he finds Cook. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
First down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it with Johnson. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
From the 44, Garoppolo. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 42. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
First down, Washington.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Running from the gun, Johnson. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
A 3-yard pickup, and it's 3rd down.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Throwing now is Garoppolo. The pass complete. It's Bird. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 16.
Complete.
Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now Johnson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7. And just like that, it's third down. It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on third down. Off the draw, here's Johnson. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
A 30-yard attempt.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and it's 3-0 Washington. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
26, Miles.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Three 0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Washington 3, Eagles 0.
No hesitation, don't try my patience. I'm gonna pull out one for the safe, boy, till there's nothing left. I'm gonna point to the bread until we all got them buckets. Get our footsteps coming, cause we coming for the jet. We gon' run, no, we don't hide.
On first down, this is Geis. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And his throw is incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They go back to the ground with Sanders. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Now a play fake. Wentz. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
On the ground, it's Geis. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up second and 12. Oh, look at the juke. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
The tackle made at the 30.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
47 Mike, 47 Mike, 82, 82. Both sevens to Mike, both sevens.
Now Wentz on third down. That'll be caught. Reagor with it. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a fourth down.
So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on fourth down. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So the field goal there caps what lines up to be an 11-play drive.
It's a lot of offense to run there and only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Washington takes over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Give him a couple on the carry there, second and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash. 21.
Play action, Garoppolo. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
And his kick is good.
Makes the score Eagles 10, Washington 3.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Try again after the pick 6. And now Garoppolo lost the football. But Washington looked to get this one back, and indeed they did. They will still have possession. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Garoppolo. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. Here's Jackson. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
On 1st down, Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wentz. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Least line two. Shift. Watch the shift. Alert flat. Alert shift. Quick line 7.
March 47.
Working from the gun, Wentz. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And this is taken in at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, so the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They start the second half with a run by Geis. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Down at the 28.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3rd and 5.
Let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe. It's too hot, drop the top off the wagon.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on third down. Shotgun now for Wentz. Looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick 6 TD.
Jake Elliott on for the point after.
So that is 2 pick sixes he's thrown in this football game. Now, you take those away, Charles, it's a completely different situation.
It totally is, but guess what? They have to deal with what they have now. Okay, so they can't just mentally go, well, we have to throw those pick sixes, we'd be okay. Here's where you are. Here's where you're going to battle. But guess what? They're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
On second down now, it's Johnson. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Jackson to return. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
47-yard line.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
3rd down and 6.
That's out to the left and complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
24-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Brings up 2nd.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Go, go, go. Hey, one set. 21. I got you. Watch my four. Right here. Right there. 54, right there. 21. Here we go.
Garoppolo now. He'll look underneath and dump it off to Duke Johnson.
Garoppolo's
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
7 yards.
7 yards on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Let's get it. Here we go.
To throw is Garoppolo. Well, they intercept Garoppolo for the 3rd time. Darius Slay with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet and make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 14 yards there and an Eagle 1st down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Now 1st down carry by Sanders, well defensed as they'll hold him to just a couple. 2nd down coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Big stop, G.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wentz. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing now is Wentz. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Throw left side complete. It's Johnson. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Able to get there and pick it. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards there and an Eagle 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
go, Greg.
Crunch. He's crashing. He's checking.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Flag, 70 Lion. I don't even know why this team showed up. Mike's 47. Mike's 47.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It's a gain of 4, but they're still looking up here at a tough 3rd and 11.
A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 11.
Check, 47. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. 47 Mike.
Now this time, Wentz will throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
They'll take over.
Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
But sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 33. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
On for the point after.
Oh, this is becoming tough to watch. I don't know that I've seen 3 pick-6s from the same quarterback in the same game.
And I know that many are going to scream at the coach about why did you let him stay out there to throw those. But truthfully, the odds that you're going to throw 3 pick-6s in a game, you want to leave them out there so they can work through some of the rough stuff.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side. In this one,
Johnson out of bounds at the 25-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
52's the mic right here, over there.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
That's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Off play action. Thompson. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
For the point after.
That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw out and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
52. We want this.
Here's Thompson. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense, another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. It's hard enough to do when the pocket is clear. When you got all those people in front of you, almost impossible to have a good completion percentage.
Washington on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun, Thompson. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. Johnson. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
52's the mark, boys. 52. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up.
from the gun. Thompson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
To throw is Thompson on first down. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
They'll try and burn some clock with Geis. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
7 at the 38-yard line.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Geis with a carry on second down. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41.
Taken down at the 40.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
And 5.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
19-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
And they'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go.
Back. 180. 56. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Hey, tighten down. There you go.
Wentz with a kneel down, and that will be the final act of this game. So this offense, which was humming all game, ends on a negative play. We didn't see many of those as he takes the knee, but what an explosion and a good win.
Can we call it a negative positive play?
There you go.
An oxymoron to end the ball game.
And they can watch the clock go down and celebrate the victory.
Here we go. 280.
So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
They'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Washington, the problems just get worse and worse as they fall to 2-9 now on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that split, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning team. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to pick at me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hit scene, but I can't hear it when the crowd screams. Still ballin' like an offspring. This for all the ones. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in it. Eating blood across it where the blood thinner. Juice stay turned like, you know. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. Only bread and butter, what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number 1, number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, gotta know juice to end the drought. Yeah, I buy like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way my heart all over. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Come for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that split, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. I feel ashamed. I'm a dog, I'm a beast, and I cannot be tamed. I don't do it for fame, it's the love for the game. I go in like I'm trained. I'm prepared for the rain, they amazed. I ain't break from the sticks and stones they threw. Anything that you can do, I can do it better than you. No matter what I do, achieve, still got something to prove. I spent the check on the diamond, still ain't my dues. Gotta be number one, number two never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, got enough juice to end the drought. Yeah, I buy like 23. Won't fall again, and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Come for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. This that splash, this that drill. Yeah, yeah, champion, huh? Yeah, we here.
You should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't down once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat. I'm just hoping she don't fail. Cause when she do, I don't know what I'ma do. All that I heard that y'all was talking, it was comical. Pull up in your city for the evening, what you trying to do? Cause I'm open to it. I know that you miss it. I can help with it if you need that. Go and bring the beat back. I don't really listen to the feedback, nah. Told me that she good, she don't need jack, nah. I'm real proud of the steps you took just to get to the place that you at today. I couldn't tell you to you straight, I gotta estimate. I wonder if I ought to go here with the best to say. Now go ahead, get me out of here, I couldn't last today. I got the city talking about me like I passed away. Automatic is a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat. Oh, and she felt intrigued. MPD, go and get yourself esteem. And she trying to link up. So much we got synced up. Pulled up in the dinged up whip. This ain't Pepto-Biz, what this pink stuff is. Long tell me. Yeah, you heard me, you ain't felt me. I've been moving, I've been shaking, go and hit me on the celly. Try to sell me on something while I hold it compelling. Ever since I've been going like Kelly. They been trying to tell me about this and that. I ain't chatting with you, we ain't going tit for tat. Trying to tell me how to get in the bag. We're going to get in the bag, I'm about to get in it. Automatic is a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from.